What's good, guys? LM7 here. This time we're not doing a review, but we're doing another comparison. So, the last two ones that we did were complete remakes, and just by looking at what we have here, you'll be saying, well, these sets aren't remakes of each other. Why are you comparing them? Well, I thought it'd be fitting, since they're both from the Rebels TV series, and you want to see how the different types of speeder bikes match up to each other. So we have Ezra Speeder Bike, which is 75090, just so you don't put in a difference if you're looking it up, and the Kanan Speeder Bike that we just reviewed a little while ago, which is 75141. Alright, so let's look at them a little bit. Obviously, like I said, they're not the same set by any means, and we'll just get some... Oh, look, it zoomed in for me. So this is Ezra's Speeder Bike. As if you've watched the review, you know what it is, and you've already seen me show the features and stuff of this. But this set does come with a Stormtrooper Speeder Bike, exactly like this, but in white. And it's costs $19.99, so a little cheaper than Kanan's Speeder Bike, which I believe will be $24.99, but we will get into his in just a second. I just wanted to show off some of the details in case you forgot what it looked like. You know, just what the overall shape of the speeder looks like. And then we can compare it to the newest speeder bike, which is Kanan's. So, obviously different looking speeder bikes, but we will take a look at, you know, each speeder bike. I don't know what I was trying to say there. Came out wrong, so whatever. Okay, so just for the record, if we put them up, line them together like this, and actually this bike is a little bigger than I wanted it to be, so if we push them back like this, now that we can see both speeders in full, Kanan's speeder bike is a little shorter than Ezra's. But I mean, obviously with the cargo that Kanan steals, his bike would be longer, but this is only going to focus on the speeder bikes together. That's why I don't have the cargo or the white Stormtrooper speeder bike as well. But just looking at it, you can see that Ezra's is bigger in, you know, lengthwise and widthwise. Just by looking at it, they might be the same width at certain points, but overall Ezra's is wider. Looking at the minifigures, though, you can... It's hard to tell from this particular angle, but I'll show it in a couple seconds. But Kanan actually sits a little higher than Ezra does, if that matters at all to you. I'm just letting you know. He sits a little higher, and, well, yeah, there's that. I thought I had a point there, but I actually didn't have a point, so... So if we put them together in my hands flat and do this, you can see that, and here's level, you can see that Kanan sits a little higher. His hair is, you can see it behind Ezra. So that's just what I was saying. Here's a quick look at the two bikes together. They kind of share a similar color scheme. Ezra's is obviously dark green and orange with some tan highlights, whereas Kanan's is also got the tan highlights. He's got a couple more, so it's a little more obvious for the tan. He's also got a mixture of lighter green and dark green. So there's similar colors, and obviously gray is in both of them because, you know, you don't want to have a lime green speeder bike. That'd just be ugly and not realistic to the show. Let's look at the bottom. You got some of that clear pieces there. You have the same clear pieces on Ezra's. Overall, here's just like talking about it now, because there isn't really much to show. Like, this is a slightly different comparison because I can't be like, well, the old set had this and the new one it does this now. So I just have to like compare it and contrast it differently, if you know what I mean. But there's some, I mean, obviously they're different bikes, so there's that. There's the huge noticeable difference. But they feel similar, like the two of them together, because of the color schemes of both. Obviously, Ezra is has that bright orange on his set, whereas Kanan has some brighter green. That's mainly the differences in the color scheme. So they feel similar, and you can link them together if you really want to. Like, Kanan's, off doing some kind of mission, and, Ezra tags along. I don't know. It's up to you what you want to do, set-wise, playability. That's not important. But, so yeah, like I said, they feel similar. Like, they're tied together. They both have that Rebels style feel build to them. I mean, they should, obviously, but I mean, there is some Clone Wars sets that you didn't necessarily feel were straight from Clone Wars. They could have been from episodes 2 or 3. But these feel, distinctly Rebels. And, I don't know, overall they're both pretty decent sets. I like Kanan's more than Ezra's. I don't know, just because the build was better. But getting into that, the small differences in builds, Kanan's bike is the more fun, in my opinion, type build because of the way it's built. It's built like, there's different angles and stuff, whereas Ezra's is pretty straightforward. There's a couple technic pieces here and there, but other than that, it's, pretty straightforward what you expect. Kanan's is all over the place. You got sideways building, you got the angles here, and, just small little details that are fun to do. You've probably already noticed this, but Ezra's speeder bike is thicker with weighted more pieces than Kanan's. Kanan's is pretty light. I wouldn't say fragile because it's got the durability that a Lego set should, but it's less likely to survive a drop or something than Ezra's because it's built bigger, bulkier. There's more pieces that are sturdier together. And that makes Kanan's the more fun build, in my opinion, because it allows for all these different angles, which, slightly takes away from some of the durability in a set. If you build a cube, I know this is a circle, but if you built a cube and then just out of solid bricks and dropped it probably wouldn't even break at all. But if you built a cube that was hollow on the inside with plates facing out, it'd probably break immediately. That's what I'm getting at here. But, it's all a matter of opinion, and if you have both the sets, you can make that decision which one you like better. But that's really all I have for Kanan's speeder bike versus Ezra's speeder bike. They're both nice sets. I'm glad they're both smaller sets. I know we have a couple big Rebel sets coming out in the summer of 2016, but I'm just glad the speeder bikes, they got them done and out of the way, I guess, so they allow for bigger sets. Because I don't know. When you just see speeder bike, you're like, oh great, another speeder bike. They just happen to, these two, be completely different than any other speeder bikes that we've gotten before. We think of Bark speeder when they say speeder bike, but they're just different and they're both nice. But that's it for the comparison. If you liked the video, please leave a like, comment, and subscribe. Helps me out. Yada yada yada. You know the drill. And there is another comparison and review eventually, whenever I can get a hold of the homing spider walker. So, there's that. Anyway, see you guys later. Thanks for watching. Bye-bye.